Hello. Today what I'm going to be working on is these snake and moon earrings right here. And what we're going to be using is silver hollow glitter, ultrafine white iridescent glitter. I'm going to mix that with the silver hollow glitter, emerald green resin glitter, and then Let's Resin UV resin. So first what we're going to do is I'm going to mix the two glitters in the resin, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now this glitter has a little bit of a purple sheen to it, pinky purple. And this is just craft store glitter that I'm using. It's not any specific brand. So you can really use any glitter that you like. I will link the mold in the description box. And then I'm just going to add my resin. Now I'm making a lot, so I'm going to have a lot left. So I'll probably make some of the other moons that are in this mold. Alright, I'm going to mix this. I'll be right back. Okay, you can see that the white glitter gave a really pretty pinky purple shine to this. So now what I'm going to do is, if you saw my butterfly video, this mold has leaf etchings in the moon. So I'm not going to cover those. I'm going to go around those, just like this. Because I want the moon and I want the snakes to match. Now the snakes have etchings as well, but the snakes are very small. So trying to skip those etchings will be very difficult. So I'm just going to fill that mold, that part of the mold, and I will paint those etchings. And I will show you that process. This video I'm going to show you start to finish what these look like. I'm only doing this project in this video. Depending on how this looks, I may or may not top coat the moons. I'm definitely going to have to top coat the snakes because I'm going to be painting the etchings. And this is the first time using this mold, so I'm really going to have to work the resin. And you can see with this moon here that there's two little spots for the holes. So this moon is actually made to hang the snakes from. I've never actually used this mold for that purpose. This is my second time buying this mold, because I've always used the little snakes on their own. I used it so much that my I wore it out. The little piece here actually broke off on both snakes. And I got tired of drilling the holes, so I rebought the mold again. Okay, so I am gonna do the other moon. I'm gonna cure this and then I'll come back. So after I get the other moon done and then get this cured, I'll be back. Okay, so I have that curing, and while that cures, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some resin in here. Again, it's the UV resin from Let's Resin. It's my favorite UV resin. So I'm gonna use that. And then I'm using the emerald green Let's Resin alcohol inks. This is not a sponsored video or a paid promotion. I just really like their products. And I'm just gonna mix this. And I'll be back when that's all done curing. And this is fully mixed. Okay, so now that those are cured, I cured them for 3 minutes because they're gonna be going back in the lamp for an additional 5. So I have the emerald green, and there is a little bit of glitter in there from using the same tool that I used to spread the glitter in the moons. I'm just gonna put the emerald green in here. And I'll let that spread. I'm gonna put some in the snakes. And if I have to mix up more of this, I will. Now these snakes, you have to go slow because they are prone to bubbles. So you need to be very careful when filling them. You really want to get in there with the tool and make sure that there aren't any bubbles. A lot of times I will get bubbles in the curves here because there's etchings as well and the bubbles collect in there. So I just run it a couple of times. You get a little bit of spillover. I will clean that up with the micro brush. I also run here because you see there was a fairly decent sized bubble right there. And another one. And I'm actually going to take my long neck lighter and just do a quick and let that settle while I spread this out. With little pieces like the snakes, you just really gotta be cognizant of where the bubbles are. Otherwise, fixing them after you unmold will actually ruin the design. And I'm speaking from experience. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a micro brush. And I ordered the micro brushes like years ago. I ordered a huge pack of them. I ordered like 1,000 of them, and I'm still using them. I use them for resin, I use them for makeup, I use them for painting. So get you some micro brushes because they are fabulous for multitasking. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the other side of this. I'm gonna cure it for 5 minutes, see if it's fully cured. If not, I'm gonna cure it again. And then I need to do it probably another layer. Yeah, I'll have to do another layer, but I'll decide then if I'm gonna do clear or if I'm gonna do another layer of green. So I'll come back. Okay, so these are cured. I ended up filling it with the green. So it's one mold. So that's what the moons are gonna look like. I had a little bubble in the silver, but that's okay. And there's the snakes. Bubble free. At least that one is. Yeah, see, that moon had a big old bubble. But I'll be able to repair that later. The snakes came up bubble free, which is fantastic. However, my moons are a little bit more bothersome. Okay, so this moon here has a bubble in the tip. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more resin. And I'm going to cure it. This one, this one is good. I'm gonna clean up the edges and I'll be right back. Okay, so the edges are all cleaned up. So now what I'm gonna do is I have my little pot here. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I have my little pot there. I'm gonna clean out the snake just a little bit. There's a little flashing on the edges. Not too much because I cleaned with the micro brush. Okay, so zoom in just a little. So here's the snakes. And what I do is I have some paint that I mixed up with a little bit of water. And I'm just going to take the micro brush I was using earlier. And I just run it over the etchings. And this is how I fill it, how I deal with etchings when I don't do the other technique where I do the outlining, is I just go through and I paint the etchings. And then I just take a baby wipe and I wipe off the excess. And then I'll let that dry a little bit, and then I'll go over it with some rubbing alcohol. I'll come back after I do the other. and I get these cleaned up. Okay, so now the snakes are done. Normally what I would do is I would wait for an entire day to top coat them. But because I don't have the patience for it today, I'm not going to top coat them. I may go back and top coat them later. So I have this large box of jump rings. I got it forever ago. I'm going to take jump ring and open it. Put it through the snake. And then through the moon. I'm going to take my other plier, and I always bring the jump ring slightly past itself, and then I bring it back to make sure that it lines up. And that's what it looks like. And the snake will dangle nicely. So now we just need to do the ear wire. And for that, take another jump ring and I just open it. And I check and see if I picked a good size. Now most ear wires are shaped like this, so if I put it like that, it's not, if I put it in like that, it's not gonna work. So I choose a smaller size to put in like this. And I will come up with a better camera angle to show you how I finish my jewelry. For next time. And then I just slide the ear wire on. And just like last time, you bring it. Now all my ear wires are either 925 silver, 0.925 silver. They're all nickel free. Otherwise, I get the acrylic ones off of Amazon for people that can't wear any metal at all. But this is what the other one will look like after I fix that bubble on the other moon. So I hope I gave you some ideas. I will link everything I can link down in the description box. And I hope you have a good week. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.